So, what's up people, and welcome to the Mission 73 discussion of Spy Family. So Mission 73 came out a couple of days ago, and as always I will leave a link to this mission that's currently being shown on the publisher's official website, Manga Plus, for free to the North American audience. So if you're interested, yeah, I will go take a look at it before they pull this mission back. Okay, well, this story is getting more and more interesting as we go along. And Mission 73 is the most intense chapter out of this story so far. Things have become very serious in this story, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes along. Now, if you recall, in Mission 72, we learned a few things. First, we find out that Red Circus and Billy Squire are overall not really a militant group, although they probably have been pushed towards that direction. They were typically a peaceful demonstration group. And we find out that overall Billy Squire isn't doing this for a political reason, but more so for a personal one. Sometime in the past, he lost his daughter to the government during a demonstration where the military came in. And what we also learned in Mission 72 was that the Red Circus had taken 2 school buses, not just one, and that another one was hidden somewhere in case their bus got compromised. And so for the moment, because they are surrounded by the police, they are using that bus as hostage to keep the situation in a stalemate. But what we also find out in Mission 72 is that Yuri has found the location of this bus and was about to make his move. And so Mission 73 continues on with that. And I do have to give credit to Tatsuya Endo because he is able to bring out a tremendous amount of sympathy and feelings from a few short images. And in this case, it surrounds Billy Squire. And although we already knew that he had lost his daughter, we get a tremendous more empathy towards him when we see the backstory of what happened. It turns out that Billy Squire was never really in the Red Circus in the beginning, and in fact, he was trying to caution his daughter, Biddy, from going out to these peaceful demonstrations due to the danger that's associated with it. And of course, Biddy, being an idealist, stated that it was important for this country and its people that they have the right to speak out. And if this right is taken away, then despite the situation, the country is going to go downhill. And so although it was risky, Biddy felt that it was important to take that risk to make a statement. And as much as Biddy was an idealist, Billy Squire, who was older, understood that things didn't often go in the idealistic situation. Even if you were in the right, even if you were doing it for an ethical situation, and even if you were doing it in a peaceful manner, things may go bad, especially in a country that is somewhat oppressed. And of course, this turns out to be the case because we do see the scene where Billy has to identify his daughter's body after she has been killed. And we get some very interesting implications from the conversation that goes on between Billy and the Red Circus. First of all, Biddy's body was one of the few that actually came back intact, and many of them were completely lost. Now, this implies 2 possibilities. One, that the military came in and arrested many people, took them away, and they were never heard of again. Or the other is that they brought in some heavy military equipment, and during the confrontation, many people were not only killed, their bodies were completely torn apart during the skirmish. In any case, the demonstration went completely bad, and from what the Red Circus says, the secret police were now after Billy Squire because they wanted to arrest not just the perpetrators, but their nearest family. And because Anya is a telepath, she learns about all of this while Billy is thinking about it. And so what is interesting is, considering Anya is a child, she is experiencing many experiences that many would not often see until they are much older. This situation is giving Anya some serious real-life situations. And of course, while this is happening, Yuri and his reinforcement team make their move. And they move seriously quick with deadly intent. And although it looks like it's a very violent confrontation by the secret police, to some extent it is somewhat understandable, because if you are considered a terrorist team and if you have taken hostage children and have already threatened that you will kill all of them, you should expect that the police will act with a tremendous amount of deadly force. And we see that in this situation where Yuri, even though he gets shot during the confrontation, takes many of the perpetrators down. And in fact, all of the members of the Red Circus in the other bus are killed during the skirmish. And because of that, the information about their death and the capture of the other bus gets to Billy Squire from the secret police. And of course, this puts Billy and his teammates in a corner, and Billy is almost considering giving up until one of the other members tells him that if he does, everything that they have fought for and everything that his daughter has given her life for will be thrown away. And so they should fight to the very end. And it's at that point that Anya finds out that there is a huge explosive that was planted in the bus. And their last resort plan is that if the secret police storms the bus, they will blow the entire bus up, taking the secret police with them. And while that's happening, Anya also notices that the officers of the secret police are ready to take a raid, and she feels the sheer hatred of these perpetrators by the police. And once again, you start understanding many situations about the country and the way things have been going, because you see much of the desperation by the Red Circus due to a lot of the oppression and control that has come from the government. But on the other side, the sheer hatred that has come out usually is not due to a political motivation, but a lot of times is due to experiences that they had in the past with other terrorist organizations, which may have been quite militant. And if that's the case, and if the fellow officers have seen many of their partners get killed during such skirmishes, then you could understand what may be going on in their minds. Whatever the situation, this is escalating to a tremendously dangerous level. And what's interesting is even the head of the secret police that is here mentions just how much he detests such organizations, and he will take this group down. But what's interesting is he does actually say to try to take them down with as minimum casualties to the children as possible, which indicates that there may be some inkling of desire to protect people, but it definitely gets overshadowed by his desire to take down the revolutionaries. And so Anya, being the only one who understands this entire situation, feels that she has to do something or else there will be tremendous amount of casualties. And at this point, regardless of what she does next, you have to respect Anya, because she is, after all, a little kid. Most kids would be cowering in the corner if they experience such situations. But Anya, realizing that she has to do something, stands up and makes her move, which we won't know what it'll be until Mission 74 comes out 4 weeks from now. Yes, 4 weeks from now. It will be a while before the next chapter comes out, but it does open up enough interest that I got a feeling once it does come out, a lot of people will be coming to read it. And this does give a very nice synopsis with regards to Anya. Despite her goofiness and despite the fact that she kind of fails in the academic area, she does seem to be very tenacious with regards to trying to resolve these problems. You saw that during the bomb dog situation when she wanted to save Lloyd. You saw that in the cruise ship situation when she needed to give the weapon back to Yor. And of course you saw that during the pool situation when she went and rescued the drowning boy. And so despite many of the quirks that she may have going against her, you have to give credit to her courage. and her desire to solve problems. And so it will be interesting to see what exactly will Anya do now that she decided to make her move. I am very curious to find out, and to be honest, I have no idea what she is going to do next. And so once chapter 74 comes out, I'll bring out another video and hope you join me at that time. And until then, I will say happy holidays, happy New Year, since the next chapter will come out after New Year's Day, and Jaya, nice day everyone.